From Vince Scully Avenue, welcome to Dodger Stadium. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the New York Mets taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming at you right after the break.
Your Los Angeles Dodgers.
And on the hill for the Dodgers, number 70. What's the scouting report on him?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in the at-bat.
Francisco Lindor leading things off and takes a strike.
Inside ball.
Two now. And
ball.
It skips in the dirt. Battling here as he fouls it away. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off-speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
Goes down looking for the strikeout. They didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And the strike call will stand. One challenge remaining for them now. In there for strike one.
Ball. That's inside.
Just underway, crowd getting settled here at Dodger Stadium. Swings through that one.
Great velocity at 97 at the top of the zone.
Strike three, and that's two in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first two hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Jared Young at the plate with two away, swings through that one. And that is cut on and missed. And it's 0-2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Tap to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And now the Dodgers back here in L.A. and taking the ball for the Mets, David Peterson. What do you got on him, Chris?
The primary pitch is an outstanding sinker. It's hard to pick up out of the hand, but in the last few feet really has arm side movement. Tough pitch for hitters to get the barrel of the bat on.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have...
Oh, now this is drilled to center. Way back there. On its way and gone. A solo shot. The Dodgers strike first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
On the ground, and he can't come up with it. Safe at first, don't play. We'll see how they score this. And as well, lots of pop in that bat. So you combine the slug with really good defense. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Good power, not great in the OBP department.
That's a ball. Yeah!
Tucker gets his lead at first with nobody out. Sliced hard but foul. The next pitch
that's down.
misses. Now 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball. That's a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
The first baseman, number 5.
Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
That one fouled off. And the 0-1. Foul ball there.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
On the ground, out to short. Tosses to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder. Time to check out the Dodgers lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Runners at second and third and 1 out. The batter now will be Will Smith. Golden opportunity right here.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Two on, 1 out. Now he catches the corner for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Stays alive. The 1-2. That one almost got him.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Gets a piece and stays alive. Here's the 2-2. And misses inside. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
In an era with a lot of swing and miss and strikeouts, you got to love an at-bat like this. No one giving in.
Payoff pitch. And that'll load the bases.
Take your base. That is good. The third baseman, number 50, Man Muncy.
All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate.
Ball, that's low.
That pitch down.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Out to short. Nice stop. From his backside, there's one. To
He's in
first,
there.
not in time. Great effort there.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Now here is Andy Pajes. Laboring here, about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Two on, 2 outs. And that
Ball, that's
misses.
outside.
And the count is 1-2. And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. So they get 2 runs on 2 hits. One of them left the yard. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 2 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Chavez Ravine. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Bo Bichette up now for the Mets. Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
And that's a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Kind of a risky pitch coming inside with the breaking ball like that. You have to bury it. Otherwise, it's not too difficult to get the bat to it like he did that time.
And that one fouled off. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. A 2-run shot, and it ties it up. It's 2-2. Chris, we knew this moment was coming for him soon.
Yep, and it finally came. We knew it was only a matter of time before he was going to connect with one just like that. Just too good of a hitter at the plate. That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So it's all tied up thanks to the home run. Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. This one in the air right field. Tucker on the move. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
The center fielder, number 3, Carson.
Fouled off left side. Tied up here in the early going.
Ball 1.
Patrick Johnson behind the plate.
Patty Johnson to some, Boog, but I'd ask permission first before I called him that. Does a pretty good job back there. Occasionally we'll see a couple of sideways looks from players, but that kind of comes with the territory, right?
Swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Caught it, looking for the K. Bench wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. On the ground to first. Freeman takes it himself, and that is out number 2.
Batting in, the catcher, number 13, Luis Torres.
Here's the catcher, Luis Torres. This is a guy who's in the lineup first and foremost because of what he contributes defensively, Chris. And when you talk about preventing runs from being scored, this guy is a big contributor.
I was always told it's hard to take you off the field when you play really good defense, especially at a premier position, and that's what he does.
That one fouled hard the other way. 2 down, nobody on. He goes down looking. We head to the bottom of the second, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Alex Freeland.
You know, but one thing about being a great switch hitter, it's so tough to keep both of your swings sharp. I mean, sometimes it can feel like a long time in between at bats against a lefty or vice versa. You can work on both swings, but there's only so much a guy can do in the batting cage.
That's outside.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. That one misses,
no, ball 4.
So a leadoff walk.
Batting 9, the shortstop, Petzo Kid.
And that's in there for strike 1. Kim not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. So the call will stand. That knocks them down to 1 challenge left. And a big swing and a miss. Good job to fight that one off. Freeland on at first, nobody out. And now 1 and 2.
Ball, that's off
with
the
a breaking ball. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Fights it off, he'll see another. And
Ball
downstairs.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound, he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
Payoff pitch. Rolled slowly to first.
No, that's foul.
And that goes foul. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei.
Here's Ohtani.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Ball 1. That's
Last
a
two
ball.
pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Here's a 2-0. Ripped, but it curls foul.
Oh, it's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way, just let it travel a hair more.
The changeup
that's
missing.
inside.
And the count is 3-1. There's the strike. Ohtani thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. No challenges left for them now. And a payoff pitch. Got him. Out number 2.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
The right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
In the air, right field. And the inning is over. We head on now to the top of the third. We are tied 2-2. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping in for New York, Tyrone Taylor.
Ball 1.
Well, I think he's trying to get a feel for where that one missed. I mean, it could have gone either way, but he looked a little shocked for a second there.
And the 1-0.
Inside. Ball 2.
That's
Nope.
a little bit low. And that's in for a strike. Right through there for a strike.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
In the air, right field. One away.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
And that one sliced foul. The 0-1. And that comes in for a strike. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Up next for the Mets.
One down. So now here's the Mets DH, Jorge Polanco. He's 0 for 1. First signs of movement in that bullpen out there. Number 78, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. That's to third. Feed to second. That's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. We are tied 2-2. Back here at Dodger Stadium, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Teoscar Hernandez.
You know, these Dodgers showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The 0-2. That one missed.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
1-2 now. And that one is lifted in the air. Simeon moving under this one. And he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Outside, that's a ball.
Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And that quickly, 2 away. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now, doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Two down, nobody on. He swings and fouls one off. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Clearly, he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Gets him easily, ends the inning. We're through 3 and tied at 2 apiece. Back here in L.A. as we go to the top of the 4th. Jared Young up now for the Mets.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Swing and a miss as he was late that time. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That's got a chance. Stretches out and hauls it in.
Up next for the Mets, the third baseman,
That was a great run to make the catch, Singy. We got to take another look at it with StatCast.
Yeah, he saw it perfectly off the bat. Reactions were excellent. Took a very direct route to the ball, and more than 100 feet later, he ran it down. I just love seeing that.
On the ground to third. Muncy sends it to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
the right fielder, number 7, Brett Beatty.
So digging in, Brett Beatty. He's already homered here in this one. Pitch misses there.
That's a ball.
And it's 1-0. That one
that's
way
off the plate.
inside.
Ball 2.
Swing and a foul out of play. Two down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Grounds one to short. Kim. That's the inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th. All even, 2 apiece. Back here at Chavez Ravine. Bottom 4, Max Muncy steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Ball 1.
The 1-0. That's a bullet, but it goes foul.
A little early on that fastball. I'm sure the pitcher taking a note. Look for an off-speed pitch on this next one.
Strike in the inside corner. Going to count 1-2. Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Up next for the Dodgers, the center fielder, number 44, Andy Harvey.
Ball, that's down.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Here's the second baseman, Alex Freeland. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. And a foul ball. On the ground,
Foul.
Right side, and foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two down, nobody on. Liner snagged at first. We'll head to the 5th, tied at 2.
Now pitching for
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, number 78.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Leading off for the Mets, the second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Swings through that. Yeah, that's fouled off. Here's the 0-2. Fly ball, pretty well struck right field. Way back there, it's got a chance. Out of here! He flexes his power with that swing, and the Mets jump in front. It's 3-2.
The one thing the pitcher didn't want to happen just happened. That's not an easy one to stomach. There was a cutter away. Kind of works like a slider. You've got to stay on it, let it travel a little bit, and then get your arms extended. Really good piece of hitting right there.
So up next, Carson Benj. 0 for 1. He grounded out to first his last time.
Ball, that's just out.
1-0. And that clips the inside corner. The 1-1 is fouled off. The 1-2. That was the sweeper, but it missed. And there's a ball. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Three and two. Payoff pitch.
Aye.
Got him looking. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Torrens, 29 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. In the air, out towards right center. He makes the grab, and there's two down.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder, Tyrone.
So up next for New York, Tyrone Taylor. Flied to right his first time. This one in the air, center field. Pajes on the move, and that'll do it. Dodgers claw back a bit with this homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the inning, Ha-Seong Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
No, that's
Activity
down.
in the bullpen. Joey Gerber, the young right-hander, up and throwing. Rayleigh also getting ready. Outside low. Ball 2. Next offering upstairs.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if they'll walk you.
Here's a 3-0. That finds the mark on the inside corner. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. And ball 4 there. Ty Run is on base.
For the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Step off, throw to first.
He's good.
Kim dives back in safely. Hit on the ground to the right side. There's 1 and 2. What a play.
For me, that's one of the toughest double plays to turn on the infield. The first baseman has to get inside, create a throwing lane to hit that middle infielder to start the double play, and then from there completing it back to first. Really good job all the way around.
Base is empty after the double play. So here's Kyle Tucker now. Swings through that one for strike 1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
2 down, nobody on. Way out front for strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes and very difficult,
Inside,
especially
ball
for
1.
a left-handed hitter to track.
Base hit, and they have their first hit since the first inning.
Really nice job of two-strike hitting in that at-bat. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Yeah!
Tying run is at first. Last half of inning number 5. Slapped hard the other way, but foul. Ripped to third. Play made, that ends the inning. So the Dodgers leave one. They're down 3-2. Back here in LA, close game here, and a chance now to look at a few highlights from this one. Stepping in, Francisco Lindor.
The shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The 0-1. And there's a foul ball. That one ripped. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second. And that's a leadoff double.
Well, that certainly feels good when you can win the at-bat after being down in the count, up against it with 2 strikes right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Hey!
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Right there for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle, hope he gets a mistake.
The 0-2. Sets him down on strikes. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. So now with one away and a man at second. And next for New York, Jared Young.
Hey!
Check on the runner. Lindor back
He made
in
it
there.
safe!
That
That's
misses
a
the
ball.
zone, and now it's even 1-1. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
Up next to the net, the third baseman.
Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Turns turned on, but foul wide of third. Swings, and this one's flared. Base hit left field. Scoring is Lindor. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. And I think Dave Roberts is coming out of the dugout. Number 78 departs. And the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
new pitcher for the Dodgers, Edgardo Henriquez. He's been so good against lefties. And now the right fielder, Brett Beatty. And he's already left his mark on this game.
He certainly has, Boog. A 2-run shot in the second inning, and that made an early impact on this game in a big way. Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
On the ground to second, might be 2. Good feed, that's 1. And that's quick work out of the pen. 1 batter, 2 outs, inning over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-2.
Now pitching for
back now for the bottom of the 6th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, Joey Gerber.
Still a lot of game left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
This ball's chopped on the ground. Lindor on to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the catcher,
Will Smith to the plate.
So important to get ahead of these hitters. You don't want to issue a free pass and allow that tying run to come to the plate. Always want to keep that other team in a position where if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to do it with multiple hits.
That's in there. That is strike 2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. That one not close. Ball 1. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Well, he was ready for that fastball right there. Really turned on it and hit it hard. Had the distance, but just too much hook to it. So might want to make a little bit of an adjustment, let it travel a little more, and see if you can keep that thing fair.
number 13, Matt Muncy.
That one to first, but it kicks foul. Two down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. The 0-2. Jackknifes out of the way. The 1-2. Ripped to right. And that is that. Dodgers go down quietly. They trail it here 4-2. Back here at Chavez Ravine, top of inning number 7, Marcus Semien up now for the Mets. Fouled off. He was late. That one hammered, but pulled foul. And the 0-2. Just missed. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Jack Dreyer, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Scott getting cranked up as well. Registers the punch out and hits 101.
I'll see it more commonly in the sport these days, but man, a triple-digit fastball blown right by someone is still pretty awesome to witness. I mean, you got to be geared up and ready to swing it when a guy like this comes out of the bullpen, because that fastball, it eats, and if you're not ready, you're going to be walking back to the dugout.
Hey!
The 0-1. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. So a man aboard now with one away.
Those plays are challenging for outfielders because of the chase to the ball. You know you have to do everything perfect just to track it down. Sometimes even that's not enough to make the catch.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens.
Hey!
The 0-1. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Benj, the base runner at first with one out. Strikes him out with 101. It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Edgardo Henriquez won't go any further. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
New pitcher on here, Jack Dreyer. This southpaw's been really good against left-handed hitters. Now this is in the air down the line, and a foul ball. Step off, throw to first, and he's back in there. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
Two really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Good eye in that spot. And that one is downstairs, and the count now even up. Stays alive. Here's a 2-2. Just missed.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Francisco Lindor waiting to hit for the Mets. Payoff pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Three-two. Swings through it for the K. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Excellent work out of the Dodgers bullpen there. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Mets 4 and the Dodgers 2. Back here at Dodger Stadium, set for the last half of the 7th. Andy Pajes steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
2-0. Out towards right center field. Baden gets under it. One up, one down.
The cause for these struggles is a little different for each guy. For some, it's timing, and for others, it's mechanics. Whatever it is, they need to start hitting the ball harder.
Aye.
The Dodgers down by a pair here at the bottom of the 7th. And that one almost hit him.
Hey, 2.
Got him swinging. 2 away.
The batter number 6, shortstop Ha-Seong Kim.
Ha-Seong Kim digs in now. And
That's
that
a ball.
misses. And that's ball 1. Up the middle, out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here. Still down by a count of 4-2. Back here in L.A., here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
Tried to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still manages a throw, but it's not in time. Base hit.
Pretty much gifted a leadoff base runner right there. And as an offense, this is where you really want to take advantage. Apply some pressure this inning. Make that error hurt.
Aye.
Lindor the move. In the air out to center. Pajes flying after this one. He's got it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mets, the first baseman, Jared Young.
One out man at first. Jared Young up now for the Mets. 1 for 3. Check swing, and he went. That's strike one. Ball one there.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
So now 1-2.
All sliders so far in this at bat to get ahead in the count, and it clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
That's down and
ball
in.
two.
Dives, but it kicks off his glove. To first, and
No,
he beats
he's
it.
safe.
Everyone's safe.
Up next to the bat, the third baseman, Bo Duel.
Pitch misses. Ball one.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
Two on, one out. Pitch kicks away. And the runners will move up.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with two in scoring position.
The Mets trying to break this one open. And we're in the top of the eighth. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in order. Digging in, Brett Beatty. He's already homered in this game. And that one fouled off. Fought off foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about. But some way, somehow, climb back into this at bat through the count.
So they're all loaded up.
This is a situation where the hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can get his arms extended, which you have to be careful of.
Line drive, and this might be trouble. One runs in. Now a second crosses the plate. Bichette around third and headed home. The relay.
Man, that's a huge 3 RBI double in a spot where they really needed it. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the ball straight to it. That's great work right there.
And here comes the Dodgers manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Jack Dreyer done for the night. And he's responsible for the runner on second. So the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Tanner Scott.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Hey!
And it's in for a strike. And it's 0-2.
That slider breaking in can be a tricky pitch. If you don't finish it and have that bite at the end and it stays out over the plate, it can get hit a long way. But that was a good one right there.
Man at second. And that one upstairs, ball one. Missed with a changeup, ball two. And that one inside and it hit him.
Up next to the bat, the center field.
So digging in, Carson Benj.
Ball.
The Dodgers bullpen with some action. Blake Trinan looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Still only one out here in the inning. That pitch in for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Next offering is fouled back. The 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only one away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Aye.
Baden on third. Simeon over at second. Bench at first. One gone. Outside low. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the ground to the left. Muncy. There's one. Double play. What a clean killing to end the inning. But 3 runs come across in the inning, all on this 3-run double. It's now a 7-2 ball game. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Brooks Raley.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
So back to the top of the order. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
Well, an at bat can be a little bit of a dance. Strike 1 here, but a few more pitches. We'll see how it turns out.
That's a strike. 0-2.
Well, he's gotten ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract.
And he went around. Rule to swing.
Up next for the Dodgers, the right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
In there for strike 1. Movement in the bullpen. Huascar Brazoban up and throwing. The Mets leading by 5 here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper. Raley, 37 years young, and he was a 6th-round draft pick back in 2009. That clips the corner. In the dirt, and that's ball 2. Ground ball left side, and that's just foul. And that one ripped to left. That's a base hit, and that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Dodgers.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Man at first, 1 away. Foul ball. The 1-1 is fouled off. And they'll do it again. On the ground to third, and it finds its way through for a hit. And now two aboard.
The first baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
This one popped up. 2 away now.
Up next for the Dodgers, the catcher, Will Smith.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Brooks Raley will depart. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for
taking over on the mound for the Mets, Oscar Brazoban.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
2 aboard, 2 outs. Will Smith steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Nope. That's inside. That's ball
right
2.
here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2 on, 2 outs. That one outside. Ball 3. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. And they're all loaded up.
Up next for the Dodgers, the third baseman, number 13, Matt Muncy.
First pitch misses.
Right there for a strike. Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Next offering way off the plate. And that misses off the outside edge. Tucker, the runner at third. Hernandez at second. Smith on at first with 2 down. Battling here as he fouls it away. Payoff pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Three and 2 now. Got him swinging for the K. Clean work out of the Mets bullpen there. Through 8 full. It's the Mets 7 and the Dodgers 2. Back here at Chavez Ravine, they put themselves out in front with about to get started here. Here's Francisco Lindor. That one hammered center field, carrying well. Up against the wall and brings it in. Here's a Mets lineup now. We could be in for a power showcase today with the wind blowing out, a lot of lift and separate, Chris.
We know hitters are in this era definitely trying to hit the ball in the air regardless of the conditions, but I think even a little more so there's margin for error if you can get the ball up in the air. So, you know, you'll see at times, I'm sure, with 2 strikes, what looks like a half swing that can get out of the ballpark with a hitter who's got decent pop.
2 down.
Batting third, the first baseman, Jared.
2 outs, base is empty. And here's the first baseman, Jared Young. Hit hard, should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there, it's a 2-out double.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit. Always want to come out in the first inning, try to put something up on the board. It's a big 2-out double right there. See if the cleanup man can drive him in and put a tally up there on the board.
Man on second, 2 down.
Hey!
Well, a really good chance right here to pick up a run in the top of the first after what seemed to be a real quiet start to the inning.
This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A 2-run homer, and the Mets on the board first. It's 2-0. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boone. We knew it wasn't coming back.
So, Singy, this is a little bit of a surprise. A guy known for line drives hits one over the fence.
Well, if you're a little too early, you'll get some elevation in the ball, get out of the ballpark. For him, it's kind of a mistake. But you know what? When you have such a good approach, every now and then you're going to run into one.
So 2 down. Brett Beatty getting ready to hit.
Ball, that's out.
And the 1-0. That one fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Just
Ball,
off
that's
the inside edge. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. 2-2 now. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Dodgers claw back a bit with this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. We go to the bottom of the first, and taking the ball for the Mets, David Peterson. What do you look for here?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base and slugging, too. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Batting second, the right fielder, Kyle
Upstairs.
That's a ball.
He just has to understand that his skill set is unique, and he's very valuable for any ball club. If he does that, he'll play a long time in this league.
Hey!
Gets him to chase after that one. Next pitch is outside. Fights it off. He'll see another. Ohtani gets his lead at first. Nobody out. And
Ball
downstairs.
three.
Hammer, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers, courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so that's flexing your muscles a little bit.
Nope. Outside.
The 1-1. Line shot into the gap, should score at least one. Here's Ohtani flying around third. 1 runs in. Here's Tucker on his way to the plate. He'll score. And the Dodgers even it up.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Freddie Freeman now.
Ball inside.
Man at second. Line drive, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Here comes the throw.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
First offering, runner goes. And a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Dives and he can't hang on. Flips it and they get the out.
Batting six, the third baseman.
Here's the Dodgers lineup now. And the challenge for this lineup today, Singy, finding a way to have success against the sinker ball.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to hit, Boog, and even harder to elevate. Got to set your sights a little bit higher when you're at the dish. They're struggling with it. I'd expect them to make some type of adjustment. It won't take long to see how well that sinker is working today.
Max
Off the
Muncy,
plate,
the
ball
next
one.
to hit, takes ball one.
They've got him working a little harder in this first frame than he anticipated.
The 1-0. That one the other way, and there's two down.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 44, Andy Hahet.
Outside.
Ball, that's out.
Ball one.
Ball.
That's
Back
a little
ball
bit
three.
low. Alex Freeland up next for the Dodgers. And ball four to avoid.
Batting in, the second baseman, Alex Freeland.
First and second, 2 outs. Alex Freeland steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Hard hit right side. Inning over, and it could have been worse. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. On to the second now from Dodger Stadium. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Mets 2. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And stepping in for New York, Marcus Semien.
Aye.
The 0-1.
Nope.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Makes the catch, 1 down.
Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 3, Carson.
First
At the
pitch,
ball.
and he has to get out of the way. Left field. And that's a fair ball. And the tying run is on base.
I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens.
Hey!
Torrens wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one did miss. And the strike is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Man at first, 1 away. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. In the air, left field. Hernandez settles under it. He's got it.
Batting 9, the left fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
Step off, throw to first, and he's back safely. Taylor getting to start in left. Made his major league debut when he was 26 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2012. Right there for his strike. Late that time, and it's strike two.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's got good numbers swinging at pitches in that location.
Struck him out without a swing. Went back to the fastball, and it was effective. Mets lead one. They trail it 3-2. Back here at Dodger Stadium, bottom of the second. Tae-Sung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. One down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Swing and a miss. Strike one. Good job to fight that one off. The 0-2. Struck him out looking. He's got to be frustrated with that call. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. So they still got both their challenges. Here's a 1-2. And delivers outside. That one missing inside. There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Up next for the Dodgers, the right fielder, Kyle.
Here's Kyle Tucker. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. Just missed. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Taylor ranging after it. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Swings through that one, out in front that time. Runner at second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. That one's in there. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
Struck him out looking. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. We played 2 full. It's the Dodgers 3 and the Mets 2. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor. Hard hit, could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of this struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Late swing fouled off. Man at second. Fouled off left side. The 0-2. Out towards right center field. No one can get there. It falls in. Around from second is the tying run. It's an RBI single. Back even. It's 3-3.
Well, we're starting over again. All tied up. Really nice job staying inside with his hands to fight off that pitch. Man, that cutter was bearing in on him, but he found a way to stay with his approach. Didn't spin off it, and he hit it pretty well.
Jared Young now at the plate. That one finds the zone. That's strike one. Late on that fastball.
Ooh, Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Pitch misses there, and it's 1-2. Off balance speed, there's one. And that's a double play. Wow.
They made that double play look so easy, but it was far from routine. That's the one thing about big leaguers. They make tough plays look simple.
That's in there, and that's strike one. Fastball for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like the pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
2 down, nobody on. Up the middle, and he can't come up with it. Still able to fire over.
He's out.
But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. We're tied now with 3 apiece. You're dialed into the show. As we go to the last of the third, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. Peterson back to work. That misses, and it's 1-0.
Ball 2.
Swings through that one for strike one. Fouls one off. 2-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
He hasn't gotten the result yet, but he's got to feel pretty confident. 3 foul balls in a row. He's right on this pitcher.
Swings and misses, And one away.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
Ball, that's low.
The lefty, the 1-0. That one ripped, but foul. And a 1-1.
Ball, down.
Ripped to short. Lindor on to first. And 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the third.
The third baseman, number 13, Max.
Now it's Max Muncy. That funky Muncy. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Sliced hard, but fouled down the left side. Way inside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up way off the plate. Perhaps look a little more down the middle, and you get it right where you want it.
Stays alive. Here's a 2-2. Foul tip straight back, and that squared him up in the mask. That didn't feel good. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Battling here as he fouls it away. About to see the 11th pitch of the at-bat here. Swing and a miss, struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Dodgers down in order. So no change in the score. It's 3-3. Back here in L.A., start of the 4th, Brett Beatty up now for the Mets.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
The Dodgers have some action in their pen. Number 78, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Henriquez also throwing. The 1-0.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
The wind to kick the 2-0. This one in the air center field. Pajes on his way over, reaching for it, and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
There's a strike. And that one wrapped foul. Inside, almost got him. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And a 1-2. Outside corner got him looking, and he'll challenge that called strike.
Wow, that's a tough call for the hitter, but the pitcher will take that all day long. Not quite in the strike zone, but he found a spot that the umpire is going to, at least for now, allow him to get that call. So hitters are going to have to make an adjustment, but pitchers are going to learn from those things and really try to exploit them if they can.
Takes it in for the out. 2 down.
Up next to the net, the center fielder, number 3.
And up next for New York, Carson Benj. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Nope, that's a ball.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 1. Lifted in the air down the left side, and it drops in. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
That one
Ball
close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. That's ripped into the outfield. And that is that. Mets strand 1. Score remains tied at 3. Back here at Chavez Ravine. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pappas.
Andy Pappas.
Ripped on the ground to second. Simeon toss over to first. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the second baseman, Alex Freeland.
Now a rip into left center. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. And he's into second base with 1 away as the go-ahead run.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
And up next for Los Angeles, Hesung Kim. First time up was a pop out.
Ball. Hey!
1 out and a runner at second. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a grounder foul first base side.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
And that's ripped for a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out.
No, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Tap foul at the plate. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Baden on the move. brings it in. Runner tags from third. Runner from third in to score. 4-3, they take the lead. Look how far he had to go that time. What an amazing catch.
He believes that he can get to everything, and that attitude allows the speed to play in well enough for him to run down balls that guys would just play off the hop.
So here's Kyle Tucker now.
Yeah!
Kim leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Got him. Larry Bullard rings him up. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We've played 4. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Mets 3.
Now pitching for
We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the 5th. Number 78.
Well, at this point in the ball game, we're talking about middle innings, and you need a little length out of this arm coming out of the bullpen. We'll see just how many outs he's able to give his skipper.
leading off for the Mets, the left fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
That one
No,
misses.
that's down.
Ball 1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Strike 2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Now up to hit, Francisco
Oh,
Lindor.
that's in.
And a 1-0. In the air to left center, Hernandez under it. 2 up, 2 down.
Up next for the Mets, the designated hitter, Jorge.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco. Laser could be trouble. Now he'll turn for second. And the double puts the tying run in scoring position with 2 away.
Absolutely punished that pitch. Wasn't fooled in the slightest. 109 off the bat. I think that means you put a pretty good swing on it. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Man on second, 2 down.
Ball 1. Ball, that's out.
That
Ball
one
3.
misses. 3-1 now.
I almost feel like he's frustrated a little bit. He wants to be challenged.
Tying run in scoring position, and we're at the top of the 5th. Tap back to the mound. Throw on to Freeman, and that is that. Mets lead 1. They still trail it here, 4-3. Back here at Dodger Stadium, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Out to short. Fires to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. Command has been the issue, no doubt. What are you seeing?
Well, it looks like he's fighting against himself instead of just working with himself and allowing his mechanics to flow. He's trying to overthrow instead of allowing things to just sort of naturally develop.
Freeman into box again. Takes a strike. The 0-2. And ball one. Makes the catch for the second out.
Up next for the Dodgers, the catcher, Will Smith.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That's got a chance. Holy Toledo. He got just enough of that one, and they add to their lead. It's 5-3.
First pitch changeup didn't fool him in the slightest. He got the front foot down, and then he blasted it out of here. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. David Peterson is done, and it's going to be a start that he'd like to get a redo on. Not his best. Back with the new arm in a minute. Joey Gerber on the pitch here.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Muncy digs in. Muncy, 35 years old, and he was a 5th-round pick back in 2012. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. Last half of inning number 5. Hard on the ground to first. Takes it himself. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. Dodgers add 1 to their lead on the solo homer. It's now 5-3. Back after this on the show. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moment so far. Bichette up now for the Mets. Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Lake Trinan preparing to come on if needed. Vesia, a left-hander, also throwing. Next offering is fouled back. Ball to strike. Right there for a strike. That misses the zone, and the count's even at 2. Next
Ball
pitch is
3.
downstairs. To third. He gets there with the slide. Fires to first, and very nicely done for the out.
Well, Boog, as an infielder, you have to be ready for anything. In that spot, it required going to the ground, getting a little dirty, and making a strong throw for the out. Great play.
Aye.
The 0-1. Clobber to right field, way back, gone. A solo shot, and they cut into the lead. Singy, he's been waiting for this moment to finally come.
Well, we knew it would come eventually, and I wouldn't be shocked to see him go on a nice little run at the plate, hitting some balls out of the ballpark. He's got that monkey off his bat. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
One down. So up next for New York, Marcus Semien. And now the 0-1. This one popped up. Foul ground, first base side. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
That's a ball.
Two down, nobody on, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Next
That's
offering is down low. And that one fouled off. In the air to left center. And that is that. Solo shot for the Dodgers this inning. It's now a 5-4 ball game. Back here in L.A., well, we go bottom 6. Andy Pappas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
The 1-0.
Outside, that's a ball.
When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1.
You know, these Dodgers, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. Just look at how the ball's coming off their bats, and tell me it's fun playing defense at this level. They've got 7 hits at 90+ miles per hour exit velocity, so you got to look alive out there.
Payoff pitch. That one misses.
That's ball 4.
So a leadoff walk. Catcher challenge. We'll take another look.
The second baseman, Alex.
So the call stands. Still one challenge left for them.
That's outside.
Pajes aboard here at first with nobody out.
And on the
That's ball
mound, they
two.
can't be feeling too comfortable either. With the way these batters are hitting the baseball, it makes it harder to come into the strike zone for fear of getting hit hard.
And it's a called strike after the review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. This one chopped to first. Young tossed to second, to first. Double play. Nicely done.
The 3-6-1 double play, in my opinion, is one of the toughest plays to make. You've got a pitcher covering first and the middle infielder throwing to a moving target. Everything has to be perfect, and right there, they made it look pretty easy.
Base is empty after the double play. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 1 for 2.
Hey!
There's a swing and a miss.
He finds himself in a tough situation early. Just got to try to simplify it. Take a knock the other way if you can.
And that's outside. Just
Ball, that's
misses.
outside.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Around first, digging for 2. Throws to second. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning.
Batter tried to stretch that one into a double, but he wasn't about to let that happen. Nice job to get to the ball and fire that one into second just in time to get the out and end the inning.
Now pitching for the
Lake
Dodgers,
Trinan comes
number
on now.
29,
He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again.
Ryan. Leading off to the net, the catcher, number 13, Luis Torrens.
This to third, and that one handled. Tosses to first. That's the first out, the top of the 7th.
Up next for the Mets, the left fielder,
Tyrone Taylor up now for the Mets. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
No need to offer that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Shortened the bunt and missed it. 0-2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's the 0-2. In the air, right field. Tucker takes it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Mets, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Pitches
Ball,
in the
that's
dirt.
down.
Ball 1. Sliced hard but foul. The Dodgers holding on to a 1-run lead here in the top half of inning number 7. And that one hammered. That's back. And it hits the base of the wall. The relay, and he's safe. It's a wall ball double.
Having a really nice game here. That's his 2nd extra base hit. Now a huge at bat in this game coming up.
And at the plate, Jorge Polanco. Runner at second, 2 down.
Hey!
And fouled off. So the tying run at second. And the
Ball
sweeper is
inside.
off the plate. Fights it off. He'll see another.